Well, it was warm, but Mr. Baron was at a record setter.
Missed it by that much.
Oh. Is that right?
The record for the date is 91 degrees, and we got to 90 this afternoon. But boy, I tell you, this unseasonably warm weather continues, and it doesn't look like there'll be any change. Our low this morning, 74 degrees. High this afternoon, 90. The current reading is at 87. Our humidity is at 58%, northwesterly winds, and a steady barometer. What's winter going to be like? Well, according to folklore, here are some ways of predicting. It will be a hard winter if squirrels store extra supplies. Of course, the question is, how do you tell? It's also, according to folklore, going to be a rough winter if thicker apple skins, or if you find corn husks that are thicker, or onion skins that have thicker skins. Is there any truth to it all? No one has found any yet. Never mind winter. My question is, when are we going to find fall? This is how things look currently across the area, and you can see nothing but a few popcorn cells popping up inland, up in Hernando County, southeastern Hillsborough County, and down by Fort Myers, but most of the area remains bone dry, and it's a situation that will continue for the next couple of days. We'll put our satellite into motion, show you where the action is, or lack of it. Just a little bit of cloud cover to report across the central portion of the state. You can see that there is some upper-level cloudiness that's pushing northward. It's an indication that our upper-level winds, at least, are coming out of the south. There'll be an increasing amount of moisture over the next several days and an increasing chance of seeing some scattered thunder. Meanwhile, more organized thunderstorm activity located out to the west of us. That's an almost stalled cold front that's serving to kick it all off. But there is a gradual shift eastward. About an inch of rain to report across parts of Alabama this afternoon, and along the cold front generally about an inch of rain to report to you today. Another blast of winter up to the north of us. They're reporting up to 3 inches of snow across parts of North Dakota. All that is sliding by to the north, so it promises to be a cold night for the western portion of the Great Lakes as that continues to ease eastward. It was freezing overnight across the Dakotas and into Minnesota. Also, temperatures below freezing out in the far west, although temperatures are beginning to warm just a little bit. The cold spot, Gunnison with 9 degrees. No records to report out west, but this afternoon in unseasonably warm conditions, about a half dozen records to report from Virginia southward into Georgia. We saw temperatures that range from 64 degrees at Crestview, rather, to 80 degrees in the southern portion of the state, several reporting stations overnight. Here's your sunrise and sunset. There are 4 tides, beginning with a high tide just a little bit before 3 o'clock in the morning. Overnight tonight, much the same kind of circumstance. It'll be temperatures in the 70s. Tomorrow, afternoon highs will move once again to the 90s along the western coastline. The eastern coastline should see some upper 80s, and again, it will be at temperatures approaching record levels. Here's what we'll see on the surface of the earth tomorrow. That cold front stretched out across the deep south. Few scattered showers and thunderstorms associated with it. Much more organized weather up across central and northern Texas. A couple of inches of rain anticipated there. We may see a shower or two, but it remains a very dry pattern. Here's our forecast for this evening. That calls for those popcorn storms to be ending. Look for overnight readings to be near 70 degrees. Then for tomorrow, early fog, but then burning off, becoming sunny and hot once again. Those temperatures will be nearing record levels once again as we see no major change at all in our weather pattern. Overnight readings near 70 degrees. You boaters will find that winds will be generally out of the southeast, although kind of variable. 1 to 3 foot seas, 81-degree water temperatures. The next 5 days will see only a gradual increase in moisture. That forecast for Sunday with a temperature in the afternoon of 82 degrees is the hope that the advancing cold front that we're seeing well out to the west of us will push through, but it remains only about a hope at this point.
Okay, thank you, Robert.
All right, thanks, Bob. Here's something that I can talk about with a certain amount of expertise. It isn't easy to stop smoking, but now the Florida Indoor Clean Air Act is in effect. More people seem to be trying to give it a try, to give it up. The American Cancer Society even reports an increase in requests for its Stop Smoking clinics. And Healthwatch reporter Irene Maher says there are a lot of ways to stop. It's just a matter of finding the one that works for all of us.
That's right. Some people can stop cold turkey on their own, but others need help. If you're in the I Need Help group, here's a couple of programs you might be interested in.
These Citicorp employees have been excused from work to attend a Stop Smoking clinic. It's offered for free by the American Cancer Society. Former smoker Sarah Ullman is the group leader. She told them to stop smoking cold turkey and use each other or the buddy system to stay off cigarettes. The method is simple but takes willpower and commitment. After a week, how many still want a cigarette?
Sarah, are you surprised at all to see that?
No, I'm not at all surprised. And it's been 14 years for me, and I still want a cigarette.
But if you need more help than a support group offers, how about subliminal suggestions to stop smoking? If you listen closely, you can hear a message under the music. A voice tells you not to smoke. What are they saying?
Oh, a lot of variety of messages that have to do with things like you hate cigarettes, you can't stand cigarettes, cigarettes are disgusting, and, you know, a variety of real negative messages like that.
Jan Brady says it's these messages that help smokers who come to behavioral medicine consultants of Tampa. One client, Lee Schneider, kicked a 36-year-old 2.5-pack-a-day smoking habit.
It costs $100 for the 2-week program you just heard about. The clinics offered by the American Cancer Society are free, and they'll even come to your workplace or organization to teach them. All you have to do is call.
And quit.
Yes.
And quit. Thank you.
Yep. With the expanded baseball playoffs, baseball holds the spotlight again tonight. The Blue Jays look to close the book while the Royals just hope to stay alive. More with Dick Crippen on Newswatch 8 Sports next.
Drugs, crime, busts, raids, more crime. The more we do, the more the drug problem grows. But Senator Paula Hawkins had an idea. Use military equipment and American foreign aid to stop drugs before they cross our borders.
I say that countries that grow illegal drugs should lose their foreign aid. Why give them money if they're poisoning us?
Senator Hawkins of Florida begins a one-woman mission to stop drugs at their source. The Senate passes the Hawkins Amendment. If countries won't cooperate in stopping drugs, cut off their foreign aid. Hawkins gets helicopters for Colombia to spray drug fields, nip drugs while they're still growing. She gets radar stations in blimps to guard against Caribbean drug traffic.
Senator Hawkins is the Senate's general in the war on drugs. She's getting military equipment to the countries to fight the drug producers, and it's making a big, big difference.
Before Paula Hawkins, we just chased after drug dealers. Now we're going after drugs where they come from. Senator Paula Hawkins, unique, irreplaceable.
Pizza crumbs on the floor in the kitchen? Quick, get them with a Quick Up. Cookie crumbs on the floor in the bedroom? Quick, get them with a Quick Up. Potato chips on the floor in the living room? You know what to use. The Eureka Quick Up vacuum cleaner. It's cordless, rechargeable, and mounts on the wall. There's no quicker way to get a mess. The Eureka Quick Up. It's cordless.
Now at Moss Brothers, of course.
Would the Big E ask your friends and neighbors about designing a long-term certificate of deposit? You bet we would.
Every time I go long-term, the rates go up, and I'm stuck with a low rate.
I'd like to change rates without a substantial penalty.
Surveys like these helped us to develop the Big E Convertible Term Account, a 4-year CD that lets you switch from a fixed to a variable rate without a penalty. When it comes to designing a better bank, we talk to you, one expert to another.